So if we look at multiplication stories, I mean there are different multiplication stories. You can have, for example, one bottle has 3 liters of water, 4 bottles will have how many liters of water. So this is one kind of multiplication story, and we have different, we start with saying, okay, if there are, let's say, and then we usually have 3 fish in 1 pond, right, and then four ponds are there, how many fish are there, and so these are the standard multiplication stories that we use. As we do objects that can be physically seen, it's good to organize them in rows and columns, so it also reiterates the idea of area, right, so that you have something in so many rows and you have so many columns. Okay, 5, so this is 3 times 5. So you can have these multiplication stories. Now at some point it starts to get a little dull, in the sense it feels like it's like repetitive. So if it's feeling repetitive, then here are a couple of other stories that you can use. Okay, so in this story there is a place A, there's a place B, and there's a place C. You can only get from A to C through B. But there are 2 ways to get to B, and there are 3 ways to get from B to C. So how many different ways are there to get from A to C? And this can be a fun exercise because the children can draw it out, right? They can take they can take different colors and say, okay, the first way is to go from here and then do that. And then another way is to go from here to here, but do that. And the third way is to go from here to here and do that. And then you have another 3, the other 3 direction, right? So another way is to go from here to here and then do that. And then another way is to go from here to here and do that. And yet another way is to go from here to here and do that. So that there are 6 ways in which you can get from A to C, right, while going through B. So this is one more multiplication story that can be used. Okay, so that was one kind of story for 2 times 3. Another kind of story can be, I have 3 colors or 3 kinds of shirts and I have 2 kinds of pants. What are the different ways in which I can dress up, right? So you can have, so again this is something that children can draw and they will find it quite entertaining. And you can make it like a grid like this. You can have the shirts here and you can have the pants there and you can draw the person fully. So that might also be fun to start arranging it in a grid and at the same time use different colors. So that, so I think it's quite, you can make it fun by using not only this but also the kind of combinations that anyway they are expected to learn later on. Let's say in 8th class and all that, they'll be asked to learn combinations. You can introduce that. After they're comfortable with it and it feels like it's repetitive and sort of boring, then you go into some other kind of questions which have these combinations.